You are listening to the Great to Talk podcast by the Great Western Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust. In this episode, we're going to hear about the volunteering we support to happen around the world, as well as our own volunteers who help keep the hospital running.
My name is Malkit Singh Babra, and I volunteer at Ampany and Trauma, and been doing that for about 6 years now. In 2017 I had my bypass done, and I was sitting in the hospital, and this guy came down with the tea trolley and biscuits, and he had a chat with me, and that made me very comfortable, and I realized he was a volunteer. So I thought, when I come out of the hospital, I will also do volunteering work.
My name is Morolayosi and I'm an active responder volunteer. So what I do is I go around to different wards. Most times I do a tea round or a coffee round. So I ask patients, or I offer patients coffees or tea. I also help out with the supper. So I help the HCAs during supper time to give out the food. One of my uncles works in Great Western Hospital, so he said, "Oh yeah, they're looking for some volunteers to help out." I was like, "Okay, I can apply for that. It seems like a nice little thing to do to gain more experience, or gain an experience into the world of healthcare and clinical field." So yeah, I applied, and I loved the way the role was. When I read up the task for the role, I've always wanted to be to work in a clinical setting, or to work in a healthcare field. So I've always wanted to be a doctor, so I applied for medicine, and it's just a way that I can gain more experience in the healthcare field and to be certain that it's what it's for me. And yeah, my time here has made it certain that it's kind of what I want to go into. Even if I don't end up being a doctor down the line, I would like to work in a clinical field, because I've enjoyed my time working in this setting and being able to go around different wards and seeing the way different wards are laid out and the way they come together to make a good team and to make a good trust.
I'm Carrie. I'm one of the breast clinical nurse specialists down in the breast centre, and for 5 years I've been volunteering in Kenya in a place called Msumbweni, or just north of Msumbweni, near Mombasa, in a place called Muhaka. So we give free healthcare to all the locals. We take the clinics to the really remote hill tribes, people that would not be getting medical care otherwise. So part of that clinic, we have a dentist, we take UK doctors, UK nurses, and we work alongside the Kenyan nurses and doctors, and everyone that comes on will get free medication. They have a consultation with either a British nurse or a Kenyan nurse or doctor. I worked in one hospital right down in on the very southern coast, and there, if you came across someone who had hypertension, so they needed medication for high blood pressure, or they needed medication for diabetes, and they had literally just a few pennies, then they had to choose whether they were going to take their drugs for diabetes this month, or whether they're going to take their drugs for high blood pressure, either of which potentially could be fatal. So it was just the chance to give back, to do something to people that really, really need it, who never complain, and who the chance to give sight, for example. We pay for everyone that comes along that needs glasses will get a free pair of glasses. So we've seen grown men in tears because they can suddenly see for the first time in years and years.
At the moment, I'm just doing a tea round, checking that all the glove boxes are full, the aprons are all in place, and I replace them if they need replacing. And while I'm doing my tea round, I see if anybody's interested in having a chat. So when I finish the tea round, I go back and have a chat with them. And I have met very interesting people in the past. One day, a nurse came to me and said, would you mind going to talk to the guy in bed 19? And I said, I did ask him if he wanted tea. He said, no, go away. So I said, okay, I'll go and talk to him. I went in there, introduced myself again, and he told me to go away. So I started talking to the guy in bed 18, and he was also doing electronics like I was. So we had a good 10-20 minutes chat, and when I was leaving, this guy in bed 19 called me over and he said, excuse me, can we have a chat? So I sat with him and we had a good 20 minutes chat. He told me what he was doing, what he was making. He was making an amplifier, and that is me. I'm in electronics, and we had a good chat.
So it's a very rewarding role, I believe. It's because it's a very friendly environment, it's a very welcoming environment. But being able to work for the benefit of others sort of gives you a natural sense of accomplishment. So it makes you feel better about yourself. You can be able to have a positive mindset about things. And because of you meet people with different backgrounds and different diverse backgrounds, you're able to communicate with them and understand where they're from, how they behave and interact with each other, and being able to be in an environment that you can make new friends as well, and learn new things and pick up new skills.
I feel really happy that I'm doing the voluntary work when I see a smile on those people, that they have met somebody and they relate to them with their problems. And I just like to see a smile on those patients. In Sikh religion, the most important thing is sharing, and what I'm doing here is sharing my knowledge, my time with other people. So that gives me gives me pride that I'm doing something that my religion teaches me.
That my line manager and her line manager are fantastic. So every year they've let us take 3 weeks holiday. I just feel incredibly honoured that I can go out there and help these people. And I know that the help we're giving is small, but it is still something it's the most worthwhile piece of nursing I've ever done, I think.
I feel really happy. Yeah, I feel really fulfilled that I've done something good, and it's like a positive feeling to go home and say, oh yeah, it wasn't actually bad today. I had a nice time volunteering, I had a nice time putting a smile on someone's face, and it felt rewarding as well, because you're helping others, and helping others makes life a bit better.
That was the stories of our volunteers as well as our nurse who's been volunteering in Kenya. To find out more about the volunteering for us, email gwh.voluntary.services@nhs.net. More episodes of Great to Talk are available wherever you find your podcasts, and click subscribe to automatically download future episodes.